Chosen one. This video activates something in your bank. It's happening. This is not just a video. This is a divine signal sent straight to the center of your life. This is bigger than information. It's a prophetic transmission. Something you've been sensing deep within is now aligning with visible confirmation. This video marks the beginning of what you've prayed about in secret and dreamed of when no one else could see your vision. God has released a whisper to your spirit that the time is now, and what's been held up in the spiritual realm is finally being loosed into your physical life, especially in the place that governs your financial realm. Your bank is about to experience the supernatural ripple effect of divine timing. A movement is stirring that will not just inspire, but activate. Watch this video until the very end, and write your warmest, most heartfelt wishes in the comments, and write Amen along with the number 777. This is a moment of energy being transferred, a moment of power touching down, a sacred alignment where your intentions will spark motion. You are not just speaking into the void. You are engaging with the field of miracles, and something inside the universe will shift to respond. Let your words be bold. Let your wishes be loud in spirit. This is how you join the current of transformation. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. From the very beginning, something about your journey has been marked. It has not been easy, and the path has often felt lonely, but never without purpose. There has been a pull on your soul, a knowing that you are not like the others. Not everyone understands why you walked away from certain environments, why you distanced yourself, or why you suddenly had to let go of people who once seemed essential to your life. But you knew something was coming. Something was being formed in the invisible, and that something had your name on it. And now, God is confirming it through an unexpected source. This moment, this message, this movement of divine power. Your bank may not look like a miracle right now. You may have checked it this morning and sighed with frustration. You may have seen more deductions than deposits, more scarcity than security. But here's the part your eyes didn't catch. Your spiritual account has been full. Your earthly balance was waiting on divine permission, and that permission just got released. There's been an approval that no bank signature can override. God has been orchestrating a financial shift behind the scenes, and now it's manifesting on the screen, in the timing, in this video, in your faith. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a spiritual update. Your life is about to match your prayers. There are movements of funds that are waiting on your awareness, because it's not just about money. It's about alignment. You had to reach a place where your hands were open and your heart was positioned. You had to step away from distractions and step into clarity. And now, because of that obedience, something is happening in your name. Divine movement is being recorded in the system. Heaven's bank has touched Earth's system. A supernatural alert has been triggered, and it has your name all over it. Don't underestimate how powerful your positioning is right now. You're not here by coincidence. You didn't stumble across this message while casually scrolling. You were pulled. You were guided. God knew the exact second you would click this video, the exact frame your eyes would lock onto these words, the exact energy you would feel rising as you listened. And that divine orchestration is the evidence that something major is shifting now. This is not hype. This is holy. The activation you feel isn't just emotional. It's prophetic. Something has been activated in the field that governs your provision. The realm of increase is now responding to you. Your name has become magnetic to wealth that is aligned with purpose. This isn't just about gain. This is about God putting power behind your assignment. The money you are about to witness is coming with a mission. It will not only bless you, it will bless through you. That's why you had to wait. That's why you had to be refined. That's why it had to come through now and not then. Because now, you are ready to carry it without losing yourself. There's a movement behind the scenes that would shock you if you saw all the details. Angels assigned to finance are hovering over systems, navigating data, triggering approvals, rerouting delays. Your name has been uttered in sacred chambers, and the decision was made. It's time. That's why you've been feeling the urgency. That's why you felt the tug. The release has been initiated, and your awareness is the final step. As you hear these words, you are not just watching, you are activating, you are agreeing. You are unlocking what had been spiritually sealed for such a time as this. You were never waiting on the money. The money was waiting on the moment. And that moment is happening now. There is no such thing as a silent activation when it comes to God's plan for your life. Even when you don't hear anything, even when the emails don't come, even when the notifications don't arrive, something is still moving. In the invisible layers of the spiritual dimension, something starts to stir when God gives the command. That's what's happening now. Not only are you being informed, you are being involved. Because this time, heaven wants you to witness the unfolding. This is not a surprise that sneaks into your life while you're unaware. This is a divine display being revealed in real time. And the very mention of your bank isn't symbolic. It's literal. You've felt disconnected from financial certainty before. You've known the sensation of needing a miracle but seeing none. But this time is different. This is not a request to the heavens. This is a response from heaven. The command has been given. The funds are moving. The numbers are shifting. The approval has been spoken. And the moment your spirit caught this signal, it created a vibration that cannot be reversed. You are now walking in a field of divine frequency, one that money recognizes. Not the money created by man, the money that was always meant for you, but was stored in the vault of divine timing. This activation goes beyond currency. It touches everything connected to value in your life. Your gifts are being recognized. Your purpose is being financially backed. Your name is now being carried through systems where wealth is being redistributed. The accounts that once overlooked you are now being drawn toward your name. Financial flow is being rerouted. There are alerts being triggered in boardrooms, on screens, in discussions, and even within the software of banks and investment systems. Something that once would have bypassed you has now been coded to find you. And no man can override this. The world has always looked for a reason to doubt the reality of spiritual favor, but you are living proof that God funds what He forms. And what He formed in you, your resilience, your vision, your compassion, your endurance, is now becoming the currency that the divine economy responds to. The favor on your life has matured into a magnet. The seeds you've sown in faith are now pushing through the soil with unstoppable force. And while others still operate in earthly logic, your season has been written in spiritual law. You don't need to convince anyone. The fruit will speak. It is already speaking. The movement in your bank is not just about a number. It's about prophecy fulfilled. It's about validation. It's about a spiritual message sent in the form of numbers, as digits, as transactions, as breakthroughs. This is how God speaks in the financial realm, through alignment. When you align, the accounts align. When your obedience rises, so does the balance. When your hands become free of fear, your life becomes full of flow. You've already passed the tests that no one else saw. The moments when you had to give, even while you were lacking. The times you had to believe while staring at bills. The nights when you felt unqualified for increase but still whispered yes to your assignment. Every act of silent faith has now become a loud signal in the realm of supernatural release. God doesn't forget. The system that holds your divine inheritance does not forget. And now it remembers you. It remembers your name, your faith, your fight, your vision. And that remembrance is being converted into movement. What you are feeling in your spirit, that subtle trembling, that sense of anticipation, that rise in breath, that's not imagination. That's recognition. Your spirit is catching what the mind can't yet decode. But soon, Even your logical mind will have no choice but to admit, this wasn't normal. This wasn't just good luck. This wasn't a glitch. This was God. There's something sacred about how it's unfolding too. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not chaotic. It's silent, smooth, and stunning. That's how heaven moves when it doesn't need permission. And God doesn't need permission to bless you. He already decided. What you're witnessing now is simply the earth catching up to heaven's order. The next time you check your bank, you'll feel it. Maybe not immediately in numbers, but in atmosphere. Something will feel different. Something will shift. Because once the divine code is unlocked, the system itself begins to respond. There's an unseen layer to the financial world, and you've just accessed it through awareness, faith, and alignment. And here's something else to recognize. There are people connected to your destiny who have been carrying pieces of your wealth unknowingly. They were assigned to bless you without even realizing it. Some are strangers. Some are watching you from afar. Some are under divine instruction to release what they've been holding. And one by one, God is stirring them. Not emotionally, spiritually. He is prompting action. That's why things have felt so intense lately. Because something is about to be transferred. You've seen others receive. You've celebrated without jealousy. You've watched from the sidelines with grace, not bitterness. And because of that, you were prepared. Your posture was right. And now, it's your turn. The accounts are turning. The system is turning. The flow is turning. In your direction. You've always known that something about you was different. Even when no one said it out loud. Even when people underestimated you, overlooked you, or misjudged your spirit, you carried a deep inner knowing. A sense that something greater was attached to your life. That knowing was not arrogance. It was an encoded signal from God. And now, that signal is going off in the system that holds your inheritance. Something just got triggered. Not by man, but by timing. And divine timing never misses its mark. There's a whisper going out in the spiritual realm that's now echoing in the physical. It's their moment. That moment is not just about visibility. It's about release. It's about restoration. It's about the return of what was delayed. The divine hand that once held back your harvest to protect your process is now opening wide. There is no more delay. There is no more pause. There is no more waiting on someday. Someday has become now. The waiting room is behind you. The vault is unlocking in real time. This is not symbolic language. It's a literal shift in the unseen structure of provision. Your name has been added to a divine ledger, and that ledger is not governed by earthly rules. It doesn't care about your credit score. It doesn't ask for a cosigner. It's not run by bureaucracy. It moves at the pace of obedience. And you, chosen one, have walked through obedience when it hurt, when it was quiet, when it cost you everything. You obeyed when there was no reward in sight. And that is why you're about to be rewarded in ways you can't explain. This activation is not just a flicker of hope. It is a full flame being ignited. You're not being given a drop. You're being trusted with a stream. And that stream has been dammed up for a reason. It had to build pressure. It had to collect interest. It had to multiply while you waited. And now that pressure is becoming propulsion. What once felt blocked is now bursting. What once felt stagnant is now flowing. And the bank that represents your earthly capacity is being expanded by your spiritual authority. There are transactions happening in the spirit that will soon show up in your reality. You may not know the exact date or hour, but you will know the moment. You'll feel it when the email hits, when the number changes, when the opportunity appears, when the amount you never expected suddenly reflects. That's when you'll remember this moment, this message, this divine signal. Because this is not ordinary. This is divine technology at work. God's way of interfacing with a world that often ignores his fingerprints. You're not receiving this because of luck. You're receiving it because of lineage. You are aligned with a divine assignment. And when God funds an assignment, He does it with overflow, not to impress people, not to prove your worth, but to fulfill the purpose that requires a higher capacity. You were not created to live in limitation. You were not born to survive on scraps. You carry a calling that cannot thrive in starvation. And that's why heaven is opening up the storage house. This storage house is different. It doesn't hold coins. It holds codes. And once a chosen one receives the activation code, everything else begins to obey. The bank account, the invoices, the grants, the business deals, the property approvals, the investment returns, the contract signatures. Even the people who once said no begin to say yes. Because they're not just responding to you. They're responding to the divine code that just got activated over your life. There's no need to chase. The flow will find you. There's no need to beg. The provision has been ordered. There's no need to fear. What God has put in motion cannot be reversed by man. You are standing under an open system, a divine protocol that is overriding limitations. And the ripple effect of this moment is only just beginning. Everything in your life will begin to reflect the power of this activation. Not just money, but movement. The atmosphere will respond. People will notice. Opportunities will find you. Closed doors will crack open with no explanation. Because the same energy that activates your bank is also capable of activating your favor, your reach, your restoration, and your impact. You will know it when it happens. You'll look around and feel the difference. The pressure will lift. The air will feel lighter. The noise of struggle will begin to quiet. And in its place, peace will rise. This is what happens when divine order is reinstated. This is what happens when heaven funds your future. There is a moment when time bends, not according to clocks, but according to divine intervention. That moment is sacred. It carries weight. It holds the power to rearrange what once felt fixed, to restore what was stolen, to multiply what seemed meager, and to reveal what had been hidden in plain sight. You are in that moment now. You are walking in the release window. This is not theory. This is motion. It's real. It's alive. And it's already entered the system. You may feel the tension between what you see and what you sense. That's normal in moments like this. That's how divine manifestation begins, with a knowing before a showing. You sense that something just shifted, and even if the full picture hasn't appeared yet, you're already catching glimpses of it in the corners of your reality. Things aren't operating the way they used to. There's a softness, a breakthrough frequency in the air. The struggle no longer has the same grip, and the heaviness you carried financially is being traded for something you didn't even know you could feel. Divine confidence. What's happening now is not just the result of a single event. It's a chain reaction. When God activates something in one area of your life, like your bank, it doesn't stop there. That one touch releases a signal to every other area that was waiting in alignment. Your home starts shifting. Your body begins healing. Your voice grows stronger. Your mind clears. Your relationships refine. And it all begins with one silent spark that God placed in motion without needing your permission, only your surrender. You've been kept in the quiet for a reason. You've been hidden while the process matured. God didn't want you exposed before the moment. He didn't want you celebrated before the activation. Because now that it's happening, no one can deny it was Him. No one can say it was coincidence. The level of clarity, precision, and beauty that this breakthrough brings is too divine to be attributed to chance. This is a testimony in motion, a miracle unfolding step by step, deposit by deposit, sign by sign. Let this truth settle deep in your spirit. What has started cannot be undone. The divine system does not send out what it does not intend to fulfill. If the activation has begun, the completion is guaranteed. You are not at the mercy of earthly systems. You are not waiting on approval from men who don't understand your calling. You are not stuck in cycles that were designed to break others. You have exited that realm. You have entered overflow. This overflow is not chaos. It's not just fast money. It's holy provision. And it comes with order. It arrives on time. It lands where it's supposed to. It blesses without draining. It elevates without breaking. It multiplies with direction. That's why it took time. That's why the delay happened. Because what's coming isn't a bandage. It's a blueprint. It's a new way of life, not a temporary fix. And it had to be built on the right frequency, the right values, the right understanding of who you are in God. And you, chosen one, are now seen as trustworthy in the kingdom. Not just because you waited, but because you matured. You didn't become bitter. You didn't turn your back. You didn't sell out your integrity for short-term gain. You stayed grounded. And because of that, you are now being elevated. Quietly, powerfully, divinely, and no one can reverse it. The ripple of this activation will continue for days, weeks, and months. It will move through the people you meet, the emails you receive, the doors that open. It will move in subtle signs and sudden shifts. The small check will lead to the large deposit. The small yes will lead to the unexpected opportunity. The small door will swing open into a mansion-sized breakthrough. That's how the divine algorithm works. One layer of obedience unlocks the next level of overflow. And as this continues, your voice will rise. Not because you forced it, but because your alignment is turning up the volume. People will hear you now, not just with their ears, but with their spirits. They will sense the power behind your words, the purity in your intent, the authenticity of your walk. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you chosen. You are not here to entertain. You are here to activate. And now, you are walking in the same power that your words carry. That power is magnetic. It's pulling in resources. It's drawing favor. It's calling down the provision. Even now, things are being arranged in your name. Unseen hands, guided by divine instruction, moving funds, initiating transfers, confirming blessings. You will wake up to news you didn't expect.